Hey you guys, it's Shanda. I cannot believe how fast these people are going. Anyway, forgive me, but I'm going to look forward. I am driving to Los Angeles, California right now to go do a seminar all day. But good morning, good morning, good morning. Can you guys all hear me good? I hope so. Let me know if you can all hear me good. I hope it all works out. Awesome. Good morning, Alex Arriaga, Carla Perea. Amazing, awesome people. Okay, good. You can hear me. All right. Good morning, Lexi. All right, you guys. So I'm fired up this morning. So first and foremost, I want to share with you, I've coached 2 people this morning already, and I saw a common denominator. I was not going to talk about this, but you know me, when I get fired up about something, I just got to share it. So I have I have a lot of really great clients, but I have a couple that impacted my life this morning, 2, quite frankly. And I thought to myself, like, what is my opinion? What is my opinion on the 2 people that I was messaging with and coaching this morning? And my opinion, it's interesting because my opinion is their reputation with me, right? My opinion is their reputation with me. And it got me thinking, like, I was like, okay, this person, like, super, super talented, like, let's call her G, super, super talented, but, like, grossly living with, like, underneath her potential, like, grossly. In fact, where it's taken me 3 years to get her, I could have actually gotten her there in 6 months, probably less, right? And I thought to myself, well, why do people actually do that? And then I thought about all the effort that I've done in trying to get this person to show up. And then I thought to myself, what is the role of your mentors in your life, right? And I'll share something with you. When I started my business, my bandwidth was, like, huge, right? Like, I could sit on the phone with people for hours and hours and hours and get paid 25 cents. And I didn't care because it was all about making the difference. Well, now, not because nothing's changed with wanting to make the difference. It's just now I impact so many people's lives. And I say that humbly. Please know I really say that humbly. But it's the truth. Hardcore business is impacting, like, millions of people's lives through our events, through our Facebook Lives, through our info products, through our infomercial. We're just impacting a lot of lives. And so I can't sit on the phone with someone for 2 hours for 25 cents anymore, because obviously the whole infrastructure of the company would implode, and I wouldn't be able to pay the staff, the team, the reach, the events. I wouldn't be able to do all of that stuff. So I share this with you because as great mentors start to get more traction, as you start to get more traction, there is the law of attraction that comes into play, which means that your people will show up for you based on how you show up for them, right? Like, the clients who get the most out of me are the clients who actually step up and do something with the coaching. Because what do you think that does? It feeds the machine back in of energy that has me give more, because I can see that I'm making an impact, right? Now think about people you work with. Think about people in your life. Think about that friend that calls you all the time and does nothing with your advice. Does nothing with your advice. I mean, eventually, you may not give up on them, but you eventually stop chasing them. You eventually stop trying to make them succeed, right? So I was having that realization this morning, like, how do I feel with coaching this person? Then what is my commitment with this person? My commitment's never gone off, but this person is living in their comfort zone like you wouldn't believe. And unless you can get somebody out of their comfort zone, they don't create extraordinary results. However, this person takes financial risks with their business to chase pipe dreams all the time, meaning that they chase these really big ideas and will put money towards them, but yet their personal development does not match the success that could come in if any of those big pipe dreams ever exploded. My point is that your money will never exceed your personal development. It just never will. It's one of the biggest reasons why we put personal development inside of our community. It's the reason why in January we have a full class going in of people, entrepreneurs specifically, and your team that are really committed to not saying, oh, I've done so much work on myself, but to say, shit, there's still a gap. Let me do something about that gap. Like I'm like up leveling my entire family in February, leaving right after an event that we're literally like right after an event that we're leaving to go to India to go work with a mentor. You know what I mean? And so that's not comfortable. You know, driving to Los Angeles this morning, I got up and last night I was thinking, I wonder if I could do this meeting a different way. And then I went, oh my God, there's hesitation. Talk the hesitation out of your life. Watch hesitation. This morning I even woke up and I thought to myself, I really don't really need to go to LA. I could probably do this meeting another way. And then I was like, get in the bathroom, get ready, start moving. And, you know, sure shooting, like about 5 minutes into just washing my face and brushing my teeth, that thing that we all do, hopefully, I started to get fired up about the meeting in Los Angeles. And then I started to think about all these opportunities like, oh my gosh, I could do coffee with Shanda on the road. That's kind of different. Oh my gosh, I can listen to an audio book around storytelling because I'm committed to really landing everything that I teach at the Zone event. I was like, I could sharpen my skill. I got 2.5 hours on a drive to Los Angeles. I could sharpen my skill and become more of a pro so that I can make a bigger impact in the world. Where there was a day where I'd do this drive and I'd be like, fuck, I gotta drive to LA. Now I go, yay! I got a flight this week that I could get a ton of work done on. That could really, really make me feel fulfilled as I'm impacting lives. I share all of this with you because I noticed the hesitation. I noticed, like, first of all, it's not just in my clients, it's in me, it's in you, right? But what's going to have us optimize our life to the highest percentage possible is we got to talk ourselves back into our commitments. And then we got to change our attitude around it so that we're happy and we're excited. So I'm opening up this club called the 1% Club. And it's for people who want to be millionaires. And I know that there's people who think that they belong in that group, but yet they still, if I give them coaching, will not go take the coaching because they don't think they need it. And, you know, something that I'll tell you, don't hire a coach if you're not going to follow the coaching. Just don't. First of all, it sucks for them because it's not very fulfilling. In fact, I have someone that I know that's going to apply for the 1% Club that I'm actually going to recommend they don't apply, not because I don't love this person, but because I don't get filled up when I coach them because they don't get the results. I am being so like off the tracks honest with you right now. I am not the only person who thinks like this. You do too. And if you don't, you're probably not making a big enough impact yet. Everybody I know that's crushing it in the world, if you pay attention to top mentors, like really, really top mentors, often, not always, but often you cannot hire them privately. Why do you think that is? It's not because they're money greedy. It's not. It's because most people don't do what the coaching is, or they don't do all of it. They don't take all of it. And so what happens at that point is slowly the transition happens where you realize I could make more of an impact with more people and let the survival of the fittest make it and then impact the world through a ripple effect that way. Or I could only work and put my fees up to a certain level that really requires a stretch for people so that I only get the uber ambitious. And uber ambitious has nothing to do with how much money you're making. When I was losing my house and I was losing my car, I invested $21,000 in a mentor. I did not pay my house payment. In fact, I lived 7 years of bad credit because my homes went into foreclosure, and I did that for my ambition to be where I am today. There was no guarantee I would be here. None. That's ambition. Every mentor in the world will love to work with someone with ambition like that. Now, I'm not saying you have to let your house go into foreclosure, but I'm saying that that was the choice I was facing at that point in my life. It was either don't do it, live within my comfort zone, be logical about saving up probably for the rest of my life to never have the opportunity to hire that mentor again. Right? And by the way, that mentor is on this Facebook Live right now. It's Alex Arriaga. So when you really stop for a second and go, God, how am I making my decisions? How hesitant am I? And let me share something with you. We're all hesitant. I mean, I gave Alex an offer a while ago that he should have taken, and he didn't. He was hesitant, right? Like, we're all hesitant, but we got to talk ourselves into our commitments. And the things that are going to help us get to the next level are always the things that we often don't think we're capable of, or we just don't want to do them. We just don't want to do them. You know why? Because it's going to be a stretch. Like, it was a stretch to get in the car to come to Los Angeles, and I am so stoked and proud of myself. I thought I'd be the only person on the road at this time in the morning, but I have to say, if I could turn the phone around, which I'm not going to touch it so I don't get a ticket from a police officer, but there's a ton of people on the road. But when I started, there was nobody on the road. And I love what my friend Jesse Itzler says, who wrote, he's the author of Living with a Seal. He says, you know, in the mornings when he gets out on the road, there's nobody there. It's just him. And when there's nobody there and it's just him, he realizes that he's a superstar. And here's what I'll say. I had this vision of something I'm going to do in a mastermind, in my marketing mastermind. And there'll probably be some of them that will actually go crazily perform right now when I say this. But imagine if I put all my clients on the left side of a room, and then I pulled the clients forward that show up and everybody knows they're a rock star. Which, by the way, the two people I was coaching this morning, everybody knows they're rock stars. And then out of that group of people, I pull out the people who are actually like in overflow in their life. Then I get a smaller group. And then I pull out the few that are ambitious and do every ounce of the coaching that I give them, and they have the best results in our community. And I'll pull that out. And you know what? It's such a small number at the top, because nobody's on the road with them. And here's what's sad. They'll have to change their groups of friends, because eventually people can't afford to be able to travel and do the things that you want to do as you're living life, like fully living life. Right? Like, there are people I cannot invite to India with me in February because they, quite frankly, can't afford it. And that sucks. To love somebody that much and not be able to include them in their life because you'd have to pay for them all. You know what I mean? Like, that sucks. So you do get left behind. You do get left behind, and you have to leave people behind as you start to grow your life, because it's not your responsibility on whether or not people show up or not. However, I do believe it's your responsibility to become an insanely great marketer. You have to not just be a great salesperson, you have to be a great marketer, and there's a big difference. A salesperson can get in front of somebody and make an offer and understand human behavior and create a movement in someone. Marketing is how you create a mass movement, and that takes skill, practice, and constant study. Constant study, constant investment. I mean, I'm a couple $100,000 into my investment just this year alone. And that's growing, you know. And so I know that my personal development, my business will never grow past my personal development. Let me give you an example of that. I am now hiring employees that are $200,000 employees. That's what their numbers are coming in at. And I look at that and I think, wow, I really have to have some personal development to be able to hire those people. I look at my friends who have companies way bigger than me, and they're used to that transition of that type of an executive staff. And it's because they've grown. their personal development's grown. I don't like getting all personal development in the aspect of just life experience. I actually like to go study from people who have done it before so that they can give me an edge up, so that I know at least what to expect, so I can keep my mindset tight on my vision as I walk through areas that feel uncomfortable. See, it's a lot easier to stick to your plan and be a strong finisher. A lot of people are great starters. I have a whole room of entrepreneurs who are great starters. They all hired me. They all put down the credit card and they hired me. They're great starters. But not many of them finish. And I say that from a very humble place, because we have some of the best success rates with entrepreneurs in the marketplace out of any company that I know. And I have lots of really great friends that you're listening to right now, that you're getting their emails, you're going to their seminars. We have the highest success rate. However, it still doesn't change the fact that even when I give away money, even when I give away opportunities to speak on my stage, or the last person who spoke on my stage made $250,000, even when I give away my Porsche that I'm driving right now, where somebody could sell it or drive it and love it, still only the ambitious show up. Only the ambitious show up. But there are people who think they're ambitious because they work hard. They are not ambitious. They are giving to get. They are still giving to get. They are not actually leading their life through a real vision that actually has them show up in a way that they're ambitious. Meaning that they do everything that they're uncomfortable with and follow the coaching 100%. But they will get up on a stage and they will get on a Facebook Live, and I love them. I love them. They have no idea, right? And you might be having an aha moment with yourself right now. They have no idea that they are not leading from the biggest place of power that they could be. And that is that when you give to give. And when you give to give, that's when ambition kicks in. Because it now requires you to be uncomfortable all the time. And it now has nothing to do with how you feel or how much money's in the bank account. It has nothing to do with any of that. It has to do with you make every decision based on your vision. Does this distract me? Does this entertain my ego? Or does this distract me? Or will this actually have my vision come true? And your vision is not even your vision. Your vision is a compelling story that you're going to leave on this planet called your legacy. And that compelling story is what determines the value of your life. And it's in an area of your family. Do you have children? Did you want children? You know, I had to change my whole diet to be able to get pregnant again. No alcohol, no coffee, no bread. I mean, I have friends right now that won't ever give that up to have a baby, and they'll give up having the baby. Right? Again, I'm not making them wrong. I'm just saying, who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? What's your level of impact that's going to be on this planet? And what's your legacy going to be? And I tell you, if you want one that people are talking about far after you're gone, live in ambition. Live in ambition. Take the coaching. Go hire a good coach. Like, seriously, stop effing trying to do it alone. Go hire a good coach. You can't ask people for money if you're not a buyer. Right? Like, you can't ask people for money if you're not a buyer. You can't ask people to overcome their objections if you can't get over yours. So the world will mirror you. Right? You'll get as much out of your mentors as you put in. You're going to get as much out of your friendships as you put in. It's time to start carrying your weight. And I believe that the way to do that is to live in ambition, which means that you have to constantly talk out the hesitation in your life. So whenever you see hesitation for the next 30 days, I want you to put yourself on a stretch. And that means for the next 30 days, do everything you hesitate. Do everything you hesitate. And if this Facebook Live is if this 6 a.m. Coffee with Shanda is making a difference for you, go send me a message in my inbox and tell me why it's making a difference for you. I want to hear from you. I want to hear why this is making a difference for you. Go, after this Facebook Live, go send me a message in my inbox and let me know why this is making a difference for you, because I want to hear from you. And then share it. Be generous. Share. Go up to the top right now and hit share. Share this with people on your page. You know, share this. You can right click on the video. You can right click on the video and get the URL. Go share it. Copy and paste that. Go share it with some people who need to hear it. Make a difference. And let's create ambitious people in the world that actually transform the world. Not the ones that have gotten a little bit of traction and you don't be this person. Don't get a little bit of traction on this planet and call yourself successful. Go live in ambition and create a legacy that people are talking about far, far, far past when you've passed away. And think about if you have children, my God, I want my child to be telling somebody a story about his mother, and hopefully I'll have a little her too, but that my children are talking about their parents and their mother as someone who impacted the world as well as impacted their lives. And that I get to be an incredible mom. I get to be a committed and loving and connected wife and patient. I also get to be an insane businesswoman that transforms the world. And so stop listening to any of the conversation that you're too ambitious or that your drive's too strong. I literally had men not date me in my life because they said my drive was too strong. That's bullshit. They were too weak. So you get to decide on what your legacy is going to be. And you don't get to have anybody dampen your light. You get to shine and shine bright. All right, you guys, that's it. I'm going to go listen to my audiobook and study and be masterful for the Zone event coming up. Woohoo! September! I got day 1 done of the content. I'll just celebrate with you for a little bit. And day 2 is going to be done on, well, it won't be done on Friday, but I'll get to work on it on Friday. But I am super stoked. I'm going to show people how to create a new product at the Zone event this year and show people how to get on ridiculous stages that want you. I'm going to show you how to present. I'm going to show you how to sell. I'm going to show you how to create a legacy. It's going to be extraordinary. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Don't forget to go and send me a message and let me know how this is impacting your life right now. Bye.